Well, time now to talk about how to make packaging green. And for that, we're going to bring in Alex Garden, Zume CEO. And Alex, I got to begin. I remember you guys kind of getting famous for making robotic pizzas, but you've shifted, you've pivoted a little bit. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, we founded Zume in 2015 to advance the state of the art of technologies in and around the global food supply chain. And coming to market in the enterprise with unproven technology is rarely successful. So we started our own reference customer, Zume Pizza, and we set about solving its problems. That included flexible robotics, advanced material handling solutions, supply chain, predictive analytics, and packaging, and which we invented for our own needs. And when we saw the deficit between state-of-the-art in packaging and what was available to industry, we decided there was a big opportunity there. So what we're doing today with Zume is applying everything we've ever built to a hardware, software, services solution that's being offered around the world in 22 countries now to industry that is a direct replacement, performance, and price for single-use consumer plastic packaging.
Alex, you mentioned price there. I'm curious, how does the price compare to what plastic traditionally costs? Is it basically in line?
Yeah, so that's one of the things that's so special about what we're doing here at Zume. So with advanced materials science, advanced tooling, and our own proprietary advanced manufacturing machines, we're now matching or exceeding the performance of plastic. And then to your point about price, when our solution is rolled out in a country, and we're now doing that with two partners in India, Satya and Parasun, and with a huge partnership in the US here we just announced with Jefferson Enterprise, when you deploy our technology, we actually meet or beat the price of plastic.
Well, I want to follow up on that. When you're deploying your technology, what does it cost to get one of your manufacturing centers in place? How scalable is it? There's lots of concern around the world about supply chains being affected. So what does it take in terms of capital outlays to build these plants?
Well, you raised a bunch of good questions there. In terms of supply chain continuity, we talk about by a country, in a country, for a country. So we're big fans of shortening the supply chain, both the inbound and the outbound, as much as possible. And that's why we work in 22 countries around the world. But now let's talk about deployment. Building one of Zume's factories, they come in two sizes, 50 and 100 machine factories. Let's talk about a 50 machine factory. It's roughly $90 million of CapEx, but that's an asset which pays itself off in 2.5 years. It can produce nearly 500 million pieces a year of not plastic, while meeting performance parity and consumer expectations.
And you've reached some key partnerships here. You have 20 plus deals with major global brands, distributors, manufacturing partners from more than 21 countries. I'm curious what the reception's been like so far outside of the brands that have signed on. Is this something that more and more within the industry are looking to do?
Yeah, I think when you see the recent news that happened this week with the decision against Shell and ExxonMobil's recent election of two board members focused on sustainability, there's pressure in the oil market, which is directly creating pressure in the plastic market. And that's at the same time that global governments and retailers and consumers are putting pressure on brands to offer more sustainable solutions and packaging. So in many ways, we're kind of looking at peak plastic right now. The thing is, everything that moves needs a package. And so as you expect, industrial manufacturing partners, energy companies, ag companies, and the largest brands in the world now have a deafening need to move on to something new. And that's what we do here at Zume. So it's been a great tailwind for us, but it's also great news for the environment.
Well, I'll tell you what, you caught my attention with peak plastic. Not a bad thing there. Alex Garden, Zume CEO, thank you for joining us.